By the end of this video, you'll be able to create an online store that looks like this. So here we have several products. We have digital products and we also have physical products. So if I click here to view this product, you can see it has its own dedicated page. It also has a tag here to show that this is in the category of bags. Down over here, we can increase the quantity by clicking on this plus button. We can click here to add to cart, or we can just click on buy now. And this brings the checkout page where we can go in and fill in the billing details. And once all that's done, we can place the order, and pretty much this is a fully functioning website. Over here, we also have dedicated pages. If your customer wants to see the account page, they can click on here, and this will be the dedicated account page. It also has a dashboard over here, which shows all the recent purchases. It also has a purchase history. And if this is a downloadable product that has been purchased, we have a downloadable tab here, which we can go in and download all your products. Finally, we also have a profile page where you can go in, adjust your name, last name, and so on. There's also a page here dedicated to the profile. So if you click it over here, it will just take you to the profile. As you can see, it is very, very easy, very, very straightforward. Now, on this tutorial, I'm going to use a free theme, but I will have future videos where I do a dedicated tutorial where I show you how to do this using Divi. FluentCart is absolutely free, and the free version allows you to do subscriptions. It can also allow you to sell products out of the box. Of course, if you need extra features, you'll have to go with the Pro version. Let's dive in and let me show you how to get started. So the tool that I'm using to get started here is ZipWP. ZipWP is super powerful because you don't need a hosting company for you to create your demo websites. You can go straight in here and build a WordPress website super fast. Let's go ahead and do that. So here I'm going to say create new, and I'm going to say blank. I'm going to give it a name. So I'm just going to call it FluentCart. And then over here, I'm going to say create site. Just like that, my site has been created. I can click here to log in, and I'm just straight into my WordPress website. I mean, how fast is that? This was just a few seconds, and this is why ZipWP is powerful. By the way, I have a link in the video description below if you want to go and test it out. There's a free version. All right, so now that we have this, the next thing we need to do is just to clear up things over here, because I like a dashboard that is quite clean. So I'm just going to undo all these and then close that. Next, I need to install my theme, because the theme that I have right now is a basic one that we get from WordPress. And if I open this in a new tab, you can see here that this is not what we need. All right, so back over here, let's go ahead and go to appearance and then click on themes. Right, so on themes here, all we need to do is to click on add theme, and we need to search. In fact, we don't even need to search. It's right here, Astra theme. Let's click install. Now I'm installing Astra theme because it's free, by the way. Let's go ahead now and activate it. All right, so now that it's activated, we are good to go. Now, usually there's a few things that I'd like to do before I get started, and that is to customize it a little bit. So I'm going to come over here, click on customize. So this is going to take me into the settings for the Astra theme. So over here, there's a few things we can do. I can go to global here, typography, and this is where I can get to choose my body font. So if I come over here, I'm going to say, okay, for my body, I need Poppins. I'm going to search for it. And here it is. I'm going to select it. And now it has been activated, or it has been applied across my whole website. Font weight, I'm going to leave it as it is. And then for the font size, I'm going to come over here and set this to rem. I prefer rem, but of course, 18 rem is way too much. So I'm going to set this to 1.1, see how that looks. And I think 1.1 is great, or it can even be 1.0. Okay, excellent. I'm going to hit publish. Now there's also something else I need to update here. I'm going to close out of here. And now we're back to our theme. As I mentioned, there's quite a lot of customizations we can do here. And you can also do great by purchasing at the Astra theme. If you want to go that route and you don't want a dedicated page builder, Astra theme also has a pro version, which allows you to further customize it. But so far, so good. Let's go ahead now and install FluentCart. So I'm going to come over here to plugins and then click on add plugin. By the way, it has two versions. One of the plugins is free, and then there's a paid version. So let's go ahead and install this. I'm going to search for FluentCart, hit enter, and here it is. So far, it has been installed like 400 plus times and 5-star. this is good news because it looks like they've done a fantastic job here. I'm going to go ahead now and click install now. And this now is going to install the free version. All I need to do now is to activate it. So now we are active. We can go ahead and start customizing our shop. Okay, so you're going to notice that you have an entry here called FluentCart over here on the left. Right, so here's what we need to do. I can go to my dashboard straight away by clicking here. And this now is going to give me a step-by-step process. This is a wizard, which is just make sure that I set up everything that I need to get started. Now we're in dark mode automatically. This is following my system, my computer. So if you want a light mode, all you need to do is to come over here, click on this little icon here, and this is where you get to choose light. Okay. So first things first, store country. Okay, I'm in the United Kingdom, so I'm going to search for United Kingdom. And here it is. Select that. Good. Shop name. I'm just going to call this a FluentCart. But of course, this is where you get to add your own shop name. Next, over here, the currency. I'm going to leave that as United States dollar. And then for my logo, I think I have a logo in my downloads folder. So let's go ahead and search for it. I'm going to say select files. And I need to be in my downloads. Sure enough, here it is, du.jpg. I'm going to use that one. Click open, and that's my logo. Use this media. Okay, so far so good. Now I need to click on next to go to the next step. So I'm going to say continue. So here is where things get really exciting. We need all these pages: the checkout page, the cart, the receipts, the shop, and the customer profile. Because when I showed you the demo, these are the pages that I was navigating to. So FluentCart actually creates these pages for us automatically. So if I click on generate all pages, I'll click here and all the pages now have been generated. Isn't that cool? Next, I'm going to click on continue and I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm going to make sure that this is selected. But if you want to add some dummy products, you can just click on men's shoes or menswear. Let's go ahead and click on save. Great. Now it's saying, let's go. So sure enough, let's go. Now we have a dashboard here. Looks great. So far, we've set up our pages. We've added details to the store. Now it's asking us for add your first product. And then we need to set up payment methods. So this process here, the onboarding is very, very cool because it's giving me check marks. You don't have to think about what you need to do next. So I think this is well thought of and this is really, really good. But before I do anything, I'm just going to go ahead and open this in a new tab so I can see what my shop looks like. So over here, we have all these basic pages, the services and so on. But as you can see, my menu has not been created yet. And it's important that we create our menu. So I'm going to come over here, go to my dashboard. And from our dashboard here, first of all, I need to go to all pages. And we can see our pages have been created. We have an account page, cart page, checkout, and so on. But it's not showing on our menu here. This is what we need to fix. So we're going to come over here to appearance and then click on menus. Oops. There we go. Menus. So here we have all these pages, but the most important pages for our shop are these ones. So there's two things I can do here. I can either get rid of all of these and add these ones, or I can add an extra menu. So it's pretty much up to you. But for this example, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove all these, and these are custom links anyway. So let's go ahead and remove all these. So I'm just going to say remove, remove, remove. And note that these are custom links. They are not links which are actual pages on our website. Okay, great. So now we just need to select all our links or pages rather, like that, and then say add to menu. Great. So now we've added all our pages. You can rearrange them by just dragging and dropping them wherever you want. And so far so good. I'm going to click on save menu. Now, when we go to our page and refresh, you see, now this has been updated. Now we have our cart page. And of course, it's empty. We have our checkout page, receipt page, and we also have a shop page. There we go. Now it's time to add all our products. So back over here, we're going to come to FluentCart, click on dashboard. So we're going to add our first product, which is the next on our onboarding checklist. So either you can click here or on the link over here. I'm just going to click on the button. So we're going to give this a product title. So I'm just going to say product A, and then let's start off with a physical product. Select that, add product. So this is where we get to add a short description. I'm going to paste my short description, and then over here, I'm going to paste the longer description. Now I know it's not clear here, but definitely it's going to show when we preview it. Next, we're going to come all the way down here and add our price. So for our physical product, it's going to be a pair of shoes. So it's going to be $127. And then for the compare price, now this is if you have a discount. So I'm going to say $197 so that it's clear that we have a discount. Okay, so we can either use calculated profits, or not, if you know how much it costs to make this product, and then it's going to work out your margins and so on. But I'm not going to use that right now. Okay, so this is where you get to see where the Pro version comes in. So inventory management, we don't have that. This needs to be in the Pro version. So you can see that with this little icon over here. Okay, so we are going to install the Pro version, but for now, I just want to show you how easy it is to use the free version. Okay, so next we can add our image. I'm going to click here. Now let's go to upload files. I have a few files that I'm going to use for this example. So let's look for, okay, we're going to go with this image here and this pair of shoes. In fact, you know what? Let's just add all of these. Right. So with all these, you can see here, they're all selected. I'm just going to unselect that and then just choose one pair of shoes. And I'm going to go with this Nike. Add image. Excellent. So, oops, I'm going to delete that. Okay, so that's my image. Next, we're going to scroll down here. We have our categories. This is the best time to add your categories so that when you start adding more items, they go to the right category. It just makes things easy. Everything's going to be sorted. So this category here is going to be trainers. There we go. I'm going to click on add. So now we have our category. If you want to add another one here, we can call this digital products. Click on add. But of course, I don't want to add it in here, so I'm just going to remove that. But now I know that it's added. If you want to add brands, again, you can go in here. So this one here is Nike. This will be a situation where you have different type of brands. Maybe you have Adidas and Puma, and you want to separate them with what? With brands. It makes it easier when someone lands on your store to then choose based on brand. So again, this is a feature that is inbuilt. Shipping class, if you want to add classes, you can add your shipping class in here, but I will show you how to add all that. All right, so now that I have my product here, I'm going to say update, and this is going to update my product. Next, over here, you're going to notice that it says draft. Okay, that means it's not public yet. So if I click on this little drop down, I can do a quick preview just to see what this looks like. And sure enough, it has my sale price here, $197, and now it's $127, and pretty much everything looks great. Okay, fantastic. So now that we have all this, let's go back, and to make it active, you click here on the status, change this to publish. Click on update. So now when we go to our shop, you're going to notice that our product is now there. It's active. And when I click on it, it now takes me to the product page. Okay, great. Now let me show you how to add a digital product. So back over here, we are going to go to our products, and then I'm going to click on add product. So I'm going to call this digital product like that. And then I'm going to make sure I've selected digital product here. Click on add product. So just like before, we need to add our description, paste it in here. And then I'm going to copy the short description, paste it in here. Now we're going to need an image for this. So let's go ahead and click on media. And for my digital products, I'm going to go with this, click on use this media. And then now we need the pricing. So for this, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to add a pricing structure, which is not just your one-off. So over here in FluentCart, it's called simple variations. I'm going to select that. So for our digital product here, let's say this goes for $97, but this is going to be a subscription. Now, out of the box, right now, we're still using the free version. Out of the box, you can actually do subscriptions. And this is where I think FluentCart beats WooCommerce, because WooCommerce does not do subscriptions out of the box. that will cost you about $299, I think, per year, just to add that subscription feature. But here we have it for free. Anyway, let's go ahead now and set this all up. So I'm going to come over here now, making sure that is selected. I'm going to add another product or another variation. So I'm going to click here, and this time I'm going to make this lifetime. So we have the digital product on a yearly, and then we also have it on a lifetime. So the lifetime price is going to be $199. No, $199 doesn't work. Let's say $499. Okay, or $497 since we're using sevens. Great. Compare price. Okay, let's call it $697. I mean, if it's on offer. So over here, you can see it says one time. That's what we need. It shouldn't be subscription. So it needs to be one time. Great. Here, it's also set to digital, which is what we need. Now we can add our image, and we're going to use the same image, use this media, and then save. So now we have two products. So remember, when I created the first one here, I did not set it to subscription. So I'm going to click on this little pencil icon here. So this is where I get to click on the drop down, set this to subscription, and this is yearly. If you want to set some trial days, you can say maybe 5 days trial. Setup fee, this is the Pro version. Enable installments, Pro version. And this is where the Pro version comes in. But anyway, 5 trial days. I'm going to click here, add my image, use media. Okay, great. So now all I have to do is to click on update, and our pricing structure here has been added. Inventory management. Whenever you see this little icon here, it means that it's a Pro version. Okay, so now that we have all this, let's set this to publish. Click on update. Okay. There's also something that is very important here, and that is we need to make sure we have the right categories. So I'm going to click on this drop down, digital products. Great. And then for the brands, I don't need the brand, so I'm going to leave that as it is. The next thing I need to do now is to come over here to upgrade paths. So upgrade paths is very, very powerful, but we can't do it. I can't demo it. I need to install the Pro version. So I guess this is the right time for me to install the Pro version so I can start showing you all the features that we need. But for now, you can actually have a functional website selling your products. So I'm going to come over here and refresh so we can see our digital product. And what you're going to notice here is when I click on this, it's going to have the subscription of $97. And then when you click on one time, it has the $497. I mean, you see that? Isn't that cool? So it shows you the two options, and this is functional out of the box. You don't need to purchase any plugins, any extras. This works out of the box. So now you can go ahead and click on buy now, and you can go in here, add all your details and so on. But let's add our paid version or the Pro version. I'm going to leave a link to that in the video description below. And by the way, if you purchase that, I have some awesome bonuses. If you click on the link to purchase it, there's a dedicated video that talks about all the bonuses. You'll get access to my new community called the Sell Online community. You'll also get my Sell Online course, which will teach you how to set up your shop properly, how to promote it, and so on. And you're also going to get the FluentCart Mastery course. So all this is just to help you get up and running super fast while you're setting your store with FluentCart. Okay, so let's continue on. So for FluentCart, we're going to come over here, and in your case, you'll have a link to FluentCart. I already have an account, so I'm going to come straight to my account here, and you're going to notice that I have 100 sites. Okay, VIP exclusive. Okay, so let's go ahead and download it. I'm going to come over here to downloads. And this is, by the way, what will happen when you purchase it. You're going to get your own dashboard here. And as you can see, they are also using their own products. So I guess this is proof that they believe in their product so much that they're using it for their own business, which is fantastic. Anyway, let's go ahead and click on download. So this now is going to download the product. Okay, so the next thing is I need to go in and click on my license so I can copy my license key. Okay, so I've copied my license key. Back over here now on my site, we're going to go to plugins. There we go. Add plugin. This time I'm going to click upload because it's a paid one and I've downloaded it to my computer. And here we are, FluentCart Pro. Double click on that and then click on install now. Next, I'm going to say activate, and it's asking me to add my license key. So I'm going to click on activate now. And all I have to do now is to paste my license key in here. My license key is valid and activated. I'm just going to refresh this. And now we're good to go. Let's go back to that page and make some customization. So if you want to go back to that page, you need to go to products. And remember, it was a digital product that we were working on. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. Now let's go to upgrade paths. So the upgrade path here is really exciting because this is where you get your customers to upgrade from, let's say, the yearly membership to the lifetime. So I'm going to click here on add path, select pro plan, and it's going to be the digital product. Okay, it's going to upgrade to lifetime. Now, if you want to add a discount, you can add a discount here. So let's say $20 discount. But prorate is very exciting because what prorate does is, let's say our digital product here is going for $497, right? And 2 years in, they've paid, let's say $200. With the prorate activated, that means they'll just pay the difference between what they've paid already and what you're asking for, which again is a very, very good incentive. So you can activate it by clicking here on prorate. So let's go ahead and save. And now we are good to go. We also have integrations here. I'm going to add this at another time, but this is where you get to add integrations like a webhook. But if you have Fluent CRM or if you have a Fluent community, FluentCart will be able to set up your community for payments, and you can automate the whole system to add all your subscribers or your buyers to the actual community you need. I think I'll leave that for another video. Otherwise, this will be way too long. Next, let's head over now and take a look at the overall dashboard. Now that we've added all our products, very, very, very easy. So over here on the dashboard, this gives you a bird's eye view as to what is going on. Now take a note here on the onboarding checklist. All we need now is to set up the payment methods. Should we do that right now? Maybe. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to say set up payment methods. So the payment methods here are Stripe, PayPal, Paddle, and pay cash upon delivery, which is fantastic. So far we have these four, but we have Razorpay, Molly, Square, Authorize.net. I mean, all these are coming very, very soon. And I had an interview with the CEO and he assured me that he'll be adding way more payment options here so that this is compatible wherever you are in the world. Okay, so for this, I am going to go with PayPal first. I'm going to click here to manage, connect, and then I'm going to say connect PayPal with FluentCart. So you can see here it's pretty straightforward. It's going to pick up my PayPal account here. So all I need to do is to enter my email address here, country or region, click next, and my PayPal is going to be set. Same applies with FluentCart and Stripe. It's the same process. You can set it up that way. So back over here, if you click on Stripe, you can connect, and this is where you get to add your email address, hit submit, next, next, next. It's all connected and you're good to go. Now, in my case, I use a business account, so it just makes it easier for me to manage that through my business. So here we have this one here is disabled, but if you want to do cash upon delivery, you can just click on manage here and let's activate this payment method and then save settings. Great. So now that's saved. Since we're on this page here, we might as well go through the store settings, making sure that everything is all set. So if you click here on store settings, there's quite a few things that we need to make sure are in place. This is where you get to add your store address. So you can add your address here. It's always a good idea to have that to make sure that your shop is legit. Okay, so here, zip code B99 7YH. Oops. So you just need to fill in all this information here. Checkout currency, this is where you get to choose your currency. So because most of the time I'm selling digital products, I usually leave it on United States dollar, but there's a lot you can choose from. Take a look at this list. there is so much. There is so much you can choose from. It goes all the way down here to the Zambian kwacha. Okay, cool. I'm going to hit save. Next, we also have the pages set up. I mean, we've already done that. And over here, the product page, you can get to choose a few things over here on the product page. You can enable zoom on single product, or you can enable zoom in modal. I mean, that's up to you as well. You can show reveal products modal as well. I mean, all these are options you can choose. You can just go with whatever you want. And then here, the columns, you can choose whatever columns you want. You can add 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns, and so on. So I'm going to say save, move on to the next one, cart and checkout. Now there's a few things here. Create user account automatically after payment. I highly recommend you do that because that gives them access to all their pages, like for example, their profile page and so on. Okay, so hide coupon field. If you want to set up your coupon codes, you can set it up and make sure that this is unchecked. But if you don't want to add any coupon codes, you can just hide this and pretty much it won't be seen. But I want to leave this as it is because I want to show you how to add a coupon code. I'm going to hit save. Next, I'm going to come over here to checkout fields. And again, this is very, very important. Of course, the name and email, this is required. You're going to definitely need that. But over here, let's say you're in the United Kingdom. We don't have any states here, so I'm going to disable that. And what else don't we need? Yeah, I guess that's it. We have our postcode here, which is brilliant. Okay, for shipping, depending where you're shipping to, you can add address, address line 2. If you want to add a phone number, I mean, you can add a phone number there and also your terms and conditions as part of that. I mean, phone number would be good if you want to confirm that things have been delivered and so on. So that option is there for you. I'm going to hit save. Next, we have our payment settings. That's the page we were just on, but we're going to skip that for now. So let's go back. And by the way, if you want to get to this page, it's under settings. Okay, this is where everything is. All right, so we also have invoice and packing. So this is where you get to customize your invoices. Here we have our tax and duties. If you want to enable tax, you can just activate this. And this is where you can go and add your tax based on billing address, store location, and so on. You also have EU VAT settings. If you want to set up your VAT, you can just go ahead and set it up here. And then you can go in and set your VAT on whatever products you have. We also have rates. Now I'm going to go in and set all this properly in a separate video. So here for now, let's search for United Kingdom, which is where I am. I'm going to click on add. And the cool thing about this is if you add the country, it will show you all the rates. So if I click here on view, you can see here we have all our rates and the percentages as well. So a lot of these are done ahead of time for us. There's no need to go and do a lot of research on that. And then we have European Union here. There's also VAT in the EU. You can go ahead and choose all these options. So if you're selling digital products, this is really, really awesome. I mean, I like these features and it just makes it easier for you to set things up. All right, so let's move on. There's also email configuration here. You can go in and set the from. I'm going to say Mac here, from email. Again, I'm going to add my email address, mac@creativeastro.com. And then, okay, these two are optional. I'll leave that as it is. Save that. And of course, if you need notifications, this will be a good idea if you want to get notified when someone purchases. So this is all activated for you. When you purchase receipt to customer, again, that's activated, but I don't think I need this. Oh, in fact, it's for the customer. Sorry. So that's also very important for the customer. So where it says admin, that's for you. For the customer, it's for whoever purchases. Okay, send an email to admin after refund. Do you want to see that? For me, that's a bit that's a bit stressful. I don't want that. I mean, activate that. I'd rather not get a notification. Okay, so you can set it off if you want to. All right, so moving on. Roles and permissions. This is very, 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 very important because if you have a large shop, you may need a few people to manage it. So if I click add role, you notice that you can select your user. Now you need to add the users ahead of time, and then you can choose your role here. Super admin will have all permissions, and then you have manager, worker, accountant. Isn't that cool? Anyway, that's an option, but this is for the paid membership, or sorry, the paid pro version. Okay, let's move on. Store settings. So here we have local. This is active. Store settings. What am I talking about? This is storage drivers. Okay, so if you're selling digital products, this is where you get to store your digital products. So when someone purchases, they download it straight away. And at the moment, this is activated as local. So I have my digital products on my own website, but you can also use Amazon S3 if you need to. Okay. On the shipping here, we can add our shipping zones. Again, this is really, really powerful. We can add our shipping zones in here, shipping classes as well. We also have features and add-on. So here, product licensing is inactive. So let's say you want to sell digital products, and these digital products need to have licensing. You can activate it here. Stock management, again, if you want to track your stock, you can use that by activating it over here. Order bump, you can also add order bumps to your checkout, which is again fantastic. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on save settings. Now let's just have a quick overall look at our store. So I'm going to come over here to dashboard. Now the area I really want to focus on right now is the reports, because this is really, really powerful as well. Now at the moment we don't have much going on here because we haven't sold anything yet, but I can assure you that there's a lot to see here, which is very good. So here we have the overview, which is the last 12 months. If you scroll down here, it shows you all your gross volume breakdown. Here it has your quarters. This is Q1. We also have your net revenue. We also have a top country gross volume. I know it doesn't look great because we don't have any stats here to take a look at, but it's showing you by country. This is information that is really, really important, especially if you want to do paid ads. You can really zone in and see where your ads are performing. Okay, so with that, let's go to coupons. I want to show you how to create a coupon code. So let's go ahead and click on add. So this one here is a 50% off. Okay, so that's going to be the name of it. So this one here is going to be MAK 50. Over here, I'm going to make it as a percentage, and I'm going to set this to 50%. There's a lot of settings we can do with the coupons, and I really love the customizations here. Here you can add your start date. So let's say you want to have this around Black Friday. You can just go specifically to the dates here. So let's say you want to start on the 19th, and you can click on OK. And then you want to add the end date. So the end date could be perhaps the 31st, or the 30th in this case. Set that, and pretty much you are good to go. Now, your coupon code is going to be active on that day, on the 19th to the 30th. It will automatically remove itself after that as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open for demo purposes only. Next, over here, you can say usage restrictions, minimum spend, X amount, maximum spend, whatever amount. You can also include from specific categories. So in my case, I want this to be applied to digital products only. I mean, how cool is that? Next, you can also include specific products. You can exclude specific products. Over here, you have your maximum or discount uses, total limits. It's up to you what you want to set here. So as you can see, there's a lot that you can, use to set it up here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create. And now we have our coupon code that is now active. Let's head over now to our store and see if we can add this coupon code. All right. So it says here, have coupon. I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to set this to MAK 50. And by doing that, if I click on apply, I want you to notice at the total here. There we go. It has applied the 50% discount, just like that. And boom, I'm ready to go with my coupon codes. I mean, this is a really, really powerful system. Like I mentioned before, go ahead. The link to purchase FluentCart is in the video description below. This is just using the free Astra theme, but we can get to create even amazing landing pages for all our products. But I'll be doing this in upcoming videos using a page builder like Divi. If there's a demand for it, I'll also do bricks and also Elementor and even, what's it called? Edge. because Edge is really coming up strong, and I'm pretty sure you guys would like to see that too. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for your help, and thank you very much for supporting my channel. Until next time, see you in the next one. Take care.